Martin Luther King, be like,
bro.
Yo, the craziest is I think that on the WFAN they did that.
that's
Did they?
crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts,
That's crazy.
nuts,
Like I can't,
out of
I can't.
control. All right, we
Like I
are live.
said,
Welcome to
my
the
fault.
show. Right before Washington Commanders and the Green Bay Packers take on
Mm, mm, mm,
uh,
mm.
each other for the week, starting the Thursday night football. I'm super excited for Thursday night football because I get my Madden vision back. Speaking of that, I have a take that I noticed about the first week of football now that it is officially back. Week one is in the books. The contest, week one of the contest is in the books. Of course, the box is in the lead as always, right off the bat. Um, Moneyline parlays didn't do too well. We'll do a recap of the points. We'll do three best bets. We'll do Moneyline parlay draft. And then we'll get up out of here. But how are y'all feeling after the first week is in the books?
Me personally, I'm feeling better than I thought I'd feel. But can we say the
Be feeling
same
better if the
about you,
Bears would
Cheeks?
have held on in that game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought I had him in the first half.
Yeah.
I thought you did
Uh,
too.
I don't. I mean, as an NFL fan, I'm just happy the league is back. We had some real good games. Um, Jets Steelers was a crazy fun game to watch.
Especially because they
Bucks
lost, right?
Atlanta, Bucks Atlanta. This guy, man, he's demonizing me already. I didn't even die yet.
Wait, what?
Nah. Anyway, it was a great. It was great. It was great to see. As far as the Giants thing, I'll give my little.
Yeah, I can't wait for that, man. I've
I'll
been
give a little
waiting.
spiel about that later.
Yo, so that was what I was actually gonna say when I was saying about if we wanted to talk about the things that we were surprised by and the things that we like got right. For my things I was surprised by would have been surprised that I mean surprised by the Giants performance. Why? I mean, maybe I shouldn't have been, but I was. And the one thing I feel great about, I almost feel too good about it, is after week one, just after week one, damn, I fucking nailed the Dolphins. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh, you hit that.
Oh, I
Oh
forgot
my
to wait. Did
god.
I? I didn't text that to you.
You
Nah.
hit that shit
Oh,
right on the
damn. I
head,
meant
boy.
to. I meant to multiple times because I think I was about to. Then I forgot. I was like, oh, I gotta text Bobby about that shit, and then I forgot again. Damn.
The
You see, and it's funny
combination, when I was
because
sitting there at around 3 o'clock on Sunday and the Colts were, what was it, 30 nothing at some point, I was like, yo, my Colts read and my Dolphins read colliding on week one. Oh man, I was like, damn. I was like, Daniel Jones making me look like a genius.
right,
Um, I really wanted them to shut the Dolphins out, but can't have everything. But yeah,
right.
I felt
I,
real good about that, and I felt terrible about the Giants. I really expected the Giants to put something together, look a little different, but um. I'm trying to think of what other things stood out to me. Anything else that stood out to you?
it's funny because of the Daniel Jones. Back to the Daniel Jones things. Like, I don't want to feel too good about it about the Daniel Jones thing just because it's week one, and I don't feel like he's gonna like that's not gonna happen a lot more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's gonna look competent. I think he felt comfortable behind that O line. But is he gonna always feel that comfortable? But there was a part of me that wanted to hit my man's up and be like, Jones versus Tua. You know what I mean? Because that argument was always there too. Tua and Jones. He was a high Tua, and I was a. But it felt good to see Daniel Jones getting love, man. Indiana Jones is an ill name. Uh, you know what I'm saying, for the '80s babies. So that shit felt good. Um, Surprised. I'll tell you, I was really surprised. I was really surprised of the four touchdowns Aaron Rodgers threw. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was really three with the one pitch, he did look a little more mobile than I expected at times. Because there's at times that he looked like a flat foot old man, but there was times that he did like little things. I was surprised about that. I didn't expect that.
I mean, I wasn't really surprised because honestly, well, we'll talk about it later about the Aaron Rodgers thing. But
Mhm.
in general, I mean, obviously pleasantly surprised with how Fields and the offense looked for the Jets. But surprised how not that great the defense looked for the Giants because that's all we heard. Like, I don't, we like in terms of like anybody who listens to, New York radio. Um, the best defensive line. And when I think of I know they upgraded a couple spots on the O line, but I did, for the Washington Commanders to neutralize that defensive line like they did, I didn't feel like that was gonna happen. But I mean,
That's true.
yeah, those are really the only surprises. Like I'm pleasantly surprised of how bad. Like I knew that the Dolphins were gonna be bad. I didn't know that they were gonna be that bad. So that was a pleasant surprise. But and also I don't want to say but pleasantly surprised that I was right at least till now. Obviously only week one. How the Patriots, like I was saying with my pick, how it was the darling. It felt like it was the media darling how they were going to be the team that was going to take the next step. And they didn't look great either. So
Yeah, I gotta tell you, you inspired me. I entered at the last minute, right before the Sunday game started. I entered a survivor pool,
mm,
and I went ballsy. I went bold. I went with the dog, and I took the Raiders in the
that's
survivor pool
crazy.
week one, like a psycho.
Crazy. That's
That's
nice.
crazy.
But I was right there with you with everything that you were
Right.
saying, and I was just thinking to myself, like, yo, I was like thinking to myself, I felt like there was a couple of obvious plays, and the thing that sucked about it was the logic for me behind going with the Raiders was I I feel like it's a game that they definitely could win, and like we talked about, there's always, or at least there had always been, at least one of the big favorites gets taken down in week one.
Yeah.
And I spent all week trying to think, who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Denver? Is it gonna be Cincinnati, getting beat by Cleveland? Is the Saints gonna surprise the Cardinals? Are the Giants gonna surprise Washington? And I was thinking, one of those teams is gonna win. One of those dogs is gonna surprise the favorite
Right.
outright. That was my thought process, and I was like, yo, I don't want to be holding the one that does, and
Yeah.
I can't feel
Yeah.
who it is. Like I was like, I felt good about Denver. I felt, to tell you the truth, that was the only one I felt like there's no way Denver's gonna lose this game. And the crazy thing about it is, I made that my 3-point pick, laid the huge 8.5, just because again I felt strongly like there's no way that they're gonna lose this game. And there really was no way they were going to lose that game. I've heard people saying, oh, they were lucky to win. You could say they were lucky to win. Bo Nix was so bad.
Yeah.
He did everything he could to lose that game, and they
And
still,
still
couldn't
couldn't
lose
lose.
it, no
Yeah.
matter how hard he tried. Like, just because that defense at home against the rookie making his first start, they could not lose that game. I could have played quarterback. Like, they were not going to lose that game. But Bo Nix, I'd be damned if he didn't try his hardest to have them lose that game, though. He was terrible.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he was.
But besides him, I was just kind of like, yo, I don't want, if I take the Bengals, I can't take the Bengals because on the road against the Browns in week one,
And they still
that's
have
too
can't
scary of
shake
a
off
spot.
the like it's all you got to see it to believe it in terms of like them starting a season off not flat. And
Well, we've
and
already
and
seen it, and
obviously
it
they didn't.
exactly. I mean, 7 yards in the second half is insanity. Like,
Bro,
I
I was
would
so
have
mad.
more.
That was one of my maybe picks. Like, and I have it right here: Detroit, Houston, Cleveland. and I fuck. Well, thank God I didn't pick Detroit, but
Wait,
Cleveland, I was
Detroit,
like,
Houston, Cleveland for what?
if I had to switch certain, you know
Last
how
week?
we, yeah, and I
Oh,
was like, Cleveland was my favorite one out of those, and I was like, I couldn't do it. I
yeah.
went with the
So
fucking Panthers
my
instead.
thought
That was a
process was
shocking too.
I'll roll with the Raiders. I feel like they have a good chance to win, and hopefully, one, if not more than one, of these big favorites slips up week one and knock a lot of people out the pool, and then I'm
Yeah,
chilling, and
coasting.
I still got Cincinnati, still got a good team in the pocket, and I felt good about it because obviously they won, but unfortunately none of the big dogs lost, so
Yeah.
it didn't work out. But all right, so as it stands now, Flex is in the lead, 4-point week, nailed the touchdown pick with Justin Fields. I got only one pick right.
Which was
At least the Colts held true. I felt bad because I made that my last pick, and I was like, I should have just made that my first pick because I really felt
I mean, you've
strongly
been
about
on
that all
the
summer long. I just was like, it was just like I felt strongly about it, but I just hadn't seen it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I hadn't seen it with the Colts. I felt good about the Dolphins. It's just that and I also felt like I felt good about the Colts, but it was based off of having not seen it yet. With the Dolphins, I felt like they didn't add anything that was gonna really change the trajectory of their season. I felt like if anything the only
They
thing
took
you could have
away.
leaned on is Jalen Ramsey's the worst locker room and trading him is gonna change things.
Be
But
good.
obviously didn't.
You can't only trade, but the thing is, they didn't complete the job. They had to do both. You can't. I like Michael K. It's like half pregnant. You
Yeah,
can't get rid of Jalen Ramsey because he's a negative influence on the locker room, but leave Tyreek Hill.
yeah.
mhm.
But yeah, so I had a 2-point week. Word Life with the 1-point week. At least the Cardinals held it down. But the Cardinals made me nervous in that game too, man.
They did too,
I
man.
felt like
Yo, me
I felt like they should be running the Saints out of the building. Like
I
what
know.
is going on? But anyhow, on to week 2 we go. Flex will lead off, and we'll do the same snake draft, right? Flex will lead off. I'll go second, and then Word Life with the back-to-back picks.
Okay.
And then we'll just go reverse order for the money line parlay draft. Here we go. Alrighty, here it is. The contest continues. First draft pick, 3 points. Second pick, 2 points. Third pick, 1 point. Flex will lead us off. In the lead currently. 2-1 last week, 4-point week. The whole slate is at your disposal. You can even go to tonight's game if you want.
Tonight's game a little close for that because if anything, I would lean on the Packers, but since I pick against the Packers normally, there's no incentive for me to go with that. So I'm gonna take a pick that, considering you guys have, are been on this team lately, I might as well pick them before somebody else does. I'm gonna take the Atlanta Falcons.
Love that pick.
Getting 3.5 against the Minnesota Vikings. I didn't actually think that Michael Penix looked as good. To me, it did not look as good as how people were saying he looked. I know that was a pretty good defense, but I don't know. I just didn't see anything
You're
flat.
taking the Falcons?
Yeah,
You're starting.
I'm taking the.
You're starting your analysis by trashing the quarterback.
Shitting him.
I'm trying to follow.
No. I got, it'll get to the point.
All right, I'm sorry.
I just think, no, it is just, I didn't think at first glance it looked as good as it, but I mean, obviously you can't discredit that it was a good defense that Tampa Bay Buccaneers that they went against. Always, it's always a battle when you go in division. I just think that, I know the Vikings won last week and now they're one of the darlings of the league, but anytime a week one overreaction causes that, um, I feel like I should go in the opposite direction. And I'm gonna have to see JJ McCarthy do it again. Even though I like how he played at the end of the game, obviously, opposite of how Caleb Williams played. Because I feel like he started off pretty good, and then was terrible, and then and then he picked it up when it was too late, obviously. But Michael Penix, I don't know. I feel like he's a little bit more poised. I feel like he's not going to make the mistakes that Caleb Williams did, because he's more. It just feels like he's just kind of like just calm, cool under pressure. So being in a dome, I just feel like Michael Penix will at least get it close, and I don't have to rely on Young Wei Koo to tie the game or anything like that. So with that hook, so give me the Atlanta Falcons 3.5 against the Vikings.
Falcons. Wow, going on taking Penix on the road. Wasn't that Kirk Cousins' last start against the Falcons or against the Vikings?
I think the way it was set up. I don't know if it. Yeah, I think it was.
I feel like that was the end of his tenure as a starter, if I remember correctly from watching quarterback. But anyhow, all right. I'm glad you went with the Falcons, because I was afraid you might go with this pick. I'm sure you know what that is. Taking the Jets. Taking 6.5. I think the Jets are going to win this game. I think they're going to win outright. Wow. I'm actually glad that the Bills won, because if the Bills would have lost that game like they should have, they probably would be what, like a maybe 3-4 point favorite. I feel like you're getting extra points just because they made that miracle, double-digit comeback in the last 5 minutes of the game. The Bills looked terrible. The defense looked awful. Defense is banged up.
Ed Oliver might be out.
Yeah, Baltimore had their way with that defense. I'm not completely 100% buying in on the Jets being an offensive juggernaut, but they played well against a deep defense that I don't know if you could even try to make a case that it's obviously better than the Bills' defense. Maybe you could say the Steelers made some mistakes, but Steelers have good horses on defense, and Jets were able to figure out how to put points on the board. The O-line looked like it was able to provide protection even without AVT. And you got a Bills team coming in banged up. Obviously, it's not a huge deal, but I think there is a little bit of significance to the fact that they played night game, late night. Jets were early. Jets were watching that game. They got a little bit of a head start on the on the game plan. And Jets are back-to-back home games to start the season, coming off of a tough loss. Bills coming off of a kind of comeback, miracle, emotional win. I think it's a perfect spot for the Jets to pick up a win. And if not pick up a win, I don't see any reason why they shouldn't at least keep the game close, within 6.5. I love that number. And, it was a little higher earlier, but I'm still good with the 6.5. I think that, I think the Jets win outright, but I'll take the 6.5 points. Give me the Jets. First pick.
Wow. 6.5. I like that pick. Great pick. Both great picks. I had the Atlanta. Had to switch up. Didn't have the Jets, but the Jets, that's a great pick. I'm gonna ride your guy, bro. Pause. I'm gonna go with Jimmy G, man. That's a pause.
You going with who?
That's your boy Jimmy G, Arizona Cardinals.
Jimmy G.
Giving Jimmy G. What do you call him? What you call him?
Johnny
G.
Jimmy Garoppolo, the backup quarterback for the Rams.
He's the quarterbacks coach for the Arizona Cardinals. No, I'm playing. No, Johnny G. Excuse me, I said Jimmy G. Johnny G.
Oh, Johnny.
And the
G.
Arizona
Yeah,
Cardinals.
man,
I apologize, Arizona.
No,
I'm the worst with
yeah.
the names. Yeah. Give me giving 6.5 at home against the Panthers. I'm just gonna ride that train, man. I know they didn't look too great against the Saints, but I feel like they're a better team. They can be explosive at times, and I think that's a quality that the Panthers don't have, being explosive and even putting a explosive drive together. Where Arizona, I feel like still has that you know that pop up and give you out of a random drive where it's just using all the athletes they have on the field. So give me
Traquan
Arizona.
McBride.
Yep, right, and give me Arizona, giving 6.5 to the Panthers. But my second pick, my 2-point pick, this one was tough, but I think I'm gonna go with the Chicago Bears.
Damn.
At the Lions, getting 6 against the Lions that look, man, it's like everything it's not what we expected, but we kind of expected it with Detroit, right? And it's more Detroit's, the way Detroit looked more than what the Bears looked, right? Detroit, it just looks like they're in need of a OC and a DC for that matter. You know what I mean? It's like that's not the Detroit team that we know. If they're gonna play that way, where it's just rely on your receivers to get open and get the ball to them, that's not gonna work, man. There was a reason why there was a lot of misdirection. There was a reason why they went out there with 2 running backs, you know, and a lot of end arounds and things of that nature. And you take all that away, and you're looking real stagnant, man. It doesn't look great. I think the Bears, as much as I didn't think the Vikings were going to be good, I still believe that's a tough defense. And I think the Bears will look a tad bit better than they did last week, and enough to keep it close with the Lions, and maybe even win it, but I'm not going that far. Lions getting 6.
Wait, you're taking Detroit? Or you're
I mean,
taking
excuse me, the Bears. The
Or you're
Bears
taking
getting
the Bears.
6.
Okay, you're
The
taking
Bears
the
getting
Bears.
6.
All right.
5.
Bears getting 6 against the Lions. Got it. Okay. All right. Bears getting 6 against the Lions. My 2-point pick, I'm going to, I'm torn between 2 picks. So I got to think about which one of these might Flex take on the background.
I like this.
Got to strategize a little bit here. I feel like he'll take either one, so it won't matter. I'm going to take the... give me the Bengals. I'm going to take the Bengals. I'm going to give the 3.5 points. Despite what... This is less of a play on the Bengals and more of a fade of the Jags. There was nothing convincing to me about that Jags win. It was a weird game. They had that long-ass delay. Truth be told, I only watched the beginning of the game. Once they went into that delay, that fucking shit ended like the same time as the 4 o'clock games. I didn't go back to that game. It was already a blowout. And I kind of feel like I don't really know what to take from that game, because it was like Carolina was dead. And if you think about it, Carolina, you come out fired up for, you try to come out for your opening week. You're on the road. There's a delay. Now you're in the locker room in Jacksonville waiting for hours. That's just there's no data for that game for me personally. I can't really take that much from it. The one thing I will take from it is I didn't feel like the Jaguars offense lived up to all the Liam Cohen hype. Now, not to say that it's not going to, but it definitely didn't do anything super impressive in week 1. The Panthers, as much as I kind of found them to be a nice little kind of underdog team at the end of last year, I still don't think that they have the talent. I think this kid McMillan could be something, but he's not. He's clearly not one of these step in right away and just sort of make a huge difference type of guys. At least that's not what I saw week 1. I'm just not told. I'm not sold on the Jags, and I don't think 3.5 is a big enough number. I think the Bengals at home opener, they obviously did not sort of live up to it. I've been hearing all about how they're going to try to this is going to be the year the Bengals are going to come out to a hot start. This is the year we're going to put Burrow out there for the preseason. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, and it did not come to fruition in the first week. But I think it didn't come to fruition in the first week because they were on the road against a badass Browns defense. this Jaguars defense is not the Browns defense, and is a big difference between playing a divisional rival week 1 on the road that has a good defense and your home opener against a team that I don't think has a very good defense. So let's see if the Bengals all like this will be the game, right? If all that Bengals, we're gonna get off to a better start type shit, if that's all gonna come true, if that's all gonna become true, we got to see it this week against the Jags at home opener. 3.5's not that big of a number. I'll take it. I think they could win by a touchdown. I'm going to take the Bengals. Let's see if Joe Burrow can put up more than 7 yards in the second half. Oh, shit.
All righty. So, I didn't actually have the Bengals. So, because that game, that's one of those games where it was like, it almost didn't prove anything one way or the other. It was almost like they still won the game, but they didn't prove what people always say, about them not being and who knows how many Joe Burrow in the first games of the week. So that was a weird game. So I feel like I can't even rely on that. So for my 2-point pick, I'm gonna go to the Denver Broncos. You picked the wrong one.
I knew you were gonna pick one of them, and I thought it was that. I was thinking about taking that one, but anyway, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you.
I gotta see Daniel Jones and the Colts do this against a defense, which it might just be because we were expecting the Dolphins to be that bad that maybe it skews what the result should mean. But considering that, I knew how bad, I felt like I knew how bad the Dolphins defense particularly was going to be, that my opinion about the Colts isn't really going to change, and Daniel Jones isn't going to change based off what he did against that defense in secondary. And this is a completely different animal going against the Denver Broncos, with that secondary and that defense. I feel like it's a completely different animal, and I think that it's a lot what is baked in is how, Cam Ward, kept it in theory close, even though he was a lot of the reason that they didn't actually win that game had to do with Cam Ward. But I don't know. I just feel like I feel like there's a lot of overreaction in this line being just 1.5, considering like what everybody thought the Broncos were going to be to begin with, and what I guess maybe the Colts were underestimated, but doing what they did against the Dolphins, a lot of people thought the Dolphins were going to be better than I thought they were going to be. So I feel like that's what kind of like played with the line a little bit. So I don't buy it. I feel like, again, Daniel Jones, we've seen this story before. He played well, obviously, record breaking and all that. But I'm going to have to see it against a decent defense first before I can play that. I can factor that into my decisions when I'm picking these games. So give me the Denver Broncos over the Colts.
Yeah, 100%. You know what? I love that pick, because if you could put it simply, like, just think about it like this. If week 1 never happens and week 1 is this game, Denver at the Colts, there's no way Denver's laying only 1.5 points. If coming into the season, Denver would have been at least 4.5-point favorites. With the way that people felt about the Colts coming into the season and Daniel Jones and he sucks and all that shit, all of a sudden it turned around. But before Sunday happened, Denver would have you getting free points, because Denver would have at least been a 3.5, 4, 5-point favorite. Who knows? No way it would have been 1.5.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just feels like it's like, yeah, I expected it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'm gonna take a team that I wasn't really going to pick, but you know what? This is the way that you win when you don't pick. When you pick out of your comfort zone. And I'm gonna go with the New Orleans Saints getting 3 points um,
Wow.
over the 49ers. Uh,
Wow.
the 49ers didn't look good to me, man. Um, that also that could be because I've never really bought into the Sam Darnold's hype, so I didn't really expect them to kind of I didn't expect um I don't know the defense didn't look as good as I expected them to look, because I know obviously we focused on the 49ers the 49ers offense, and and those losing all those players that they did, like we touched on last week. But also the Saints didn't look as bad as I thought they were gonna look. They did make it a little uncomfortable, against the Cardinals. In my case, just because I had them in a survivor. um you know what I'm saying? So the Cardinals could have lost that game as well. The defense, it looked better than I thought it would. Spencer Rattler made a couple throws, and he didn't look way better than I thought he would look, but still, I mean, it's better than eh, I don't know. It's better than obviously Tyler Shook going against a rookie and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. I just feel like it's hard to explain, but the Saints, it's not like they looked good, but they're not going to be the garbage, the fire that everybody expected them to be. So
All right, Flex. At what
considering
point are you going to get to the Brock Purdy injury?
Brock Purdy being out, um, this is a chance for the 49ers to show what Brock Purdy really is about as well. Because obviously there's non-believers, and they kind of want to see, like, is Brock Purdy, does he deserve the money that he got and all that. So this is the chance. We got Mac Jones, which is he sprinkles in a good game every once in a while when he's called on. I know, he did it with the Jaguars last year to a certain point. Um, but and also that was supposed to be the number 3 overall pick a couple years back when Kyle Shanahan wanted Mac Jones until he threw in the challenge flag at the last second, and they went with the Trey Lance. So let's see if what he was envisioning Mac Jones to be back then. Let's see if he could put it to use now, and let's see if he could do it. I don't believe it, because I've seen Mac Jones for a lot more than anybody should actually see Mac Jones. But I'm going with the Saints, man. At home, getting 3 points. Give me the Saints and them Rattlers.
Like that.
Wow. Wow. Bold
Like that a lot.
pick. Bold pick. I don't hate it though. I don't hate it. The only thing I would hate about it was it would have been better if you would have bet it before the injury, because that line was huge. That shit has gone down and down and down. That shit was
it
like
six?
it was like
6.5?
almost 7. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
6.5, 7 on Sunday night when I was looking ahead. And it was 4.5 yesterday. So it's already gone down to 3. All right, my third pick, final pick. I'm torn between two picks. I'm going to go with All right, let's do it. I'm going to take the Patriots.
Oh, I like it.
I'm gonna take the Patriots.
Double down.
I don't feel great about it, just because I feel, like I said, with the whole Dolphin situation, it's starting to get to the point where it's too much. When teams get blown out like that, I usually want to go on the other side. I usually want to bet on the bounce back when everybody's down on a team. But man, I don't know. I feel like part of me wants to stay away from this, but I feel like I've been so involved with the Dolphins, I might as well keep it going. I'm not super high in the Patriots, but I just feel like if I got to take a coach that's going to have his team ready to bounce back after a loss in week 1 of the season, I'm going back to Vrabel, man. We know what we had in Vrabel with the Titans, and I mean, obviously they had some kinks to work out, but I think that the Raiders are a good team. I don't think there was no shame in losing to the Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to be better this year. I don't think they're going to be a great team, but I think they'll be better this year. They've been much better coached than they have been in several years. Have a much better quarterback than they have in several years, and I think it's going to take the Patriots a little while to get things going. But if I got to take a team to bounce back off of a tough loss in week 1, I'm going to roll with Vrabel. I'm going to roll with the Patriots. I did read that the Dolphins had some closed-door meeting and they got everybody's back on the same page. I don't know, man. I just feel like that's a season headed towards disaster. So with my 1-point pick, I'll just bet against that. I'll take the Patriots to be the more disciplined and better coach team and cover 1.5 on the road.
Real quick on the Dolphins, they never prove people wrong. You know what I'm saying? Every time you think something about the Dolphins,
well, I feel like they proved the Le Batard show wrong.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you can't take into consideration, Homer, Homer coverage.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, anytime, like, there's like a national, like, oh, is this team soft? Can this team only play in warm weather? Is Tua this? Can he stay healthy? Like, every single time there's a question about the Dolphins, they prove the initial rationale for you asking the question justified. Like, why you asked that question in the first place. So, I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd feel better if I had Christian Gonzalez, but it's all right.
So my pick, I normally don't do this, right? It's
I left you a nice one. I want to see if you're gonna take it. But go ahead.
You know what's funny?
Are you gonna pick the Giants?
I almost substituted the Patriots, and I said, I feel like H is gonna take that for me. While he was going over the Saints pick, I was like, I feel like he's gonna go. I'm not even gonna write it down. I feel like he's gonna go Patriots, and I like the Saints pick. That was one of my picks too. So I had a fumble. Gather myself together, and
wait. So you want the Patriots? You wanted the Patriots?
No, I wanted the Saints was initially my top 3, and then I'm writing down teams that I like to substitute, and then I said I almost went Patriots, and then I said, nah, that's H gonna take that, and I didn't even write it down. That's funny. Right. But I normally don't do this, and it kind of pisses me off that I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna go to the New York Giants game.
Oh,
no, how do you take the Cowboys?
But I'm taking the Cowboys.
Okay. Oh, he flipped it on me.
Saw that
coming. 4.5, bro. It's gonna be 24-7. Book it, Cowboys. We're gonna get one final. 24-7. We're gonna get one touchdown, and we're gonna feel okay about it before we never move the ball again. Our O-line stinks. I know they don't got the greatest pass rushes right now, but they look pretty good against a supposed to be good O-line in Philadelphia. They didn't get a lot of pressure, but they were there. They stopped the run. We're a one-dimensional team. We're not going to be able to throw as we can't throw, so we're not going to be able to throw. We're not going to be able to run because they're going to stop the run.
Now, wait, hold on 1 second. I have a question because you're saying you're not going to be able to throw. If Russ gets benched at halftime and Dart comes in and starts slinging darts,
right? My TV is going to be broken by that. I'm not even going to know what happened.
Yeah.
Nah. I'm gonna go with Dallas, man. I think Dak looked really good, man. I was very, very impressed. Even though he only put less than 200, but when it was clutch moments, he put that ball where it needed to be.
He got a 6-pack now too.
Does he? I didn't repeat that, but he's spitting at players now. I know, you know what I mean. I don't know, man. Things is looking. He's looking feisty out there. And we're looking dead in the water, man. So 4.5 is just not a big enough number. We're at Dallas.
Dak has
Why
won
did that go
13
down?
straight against the Giants, just for the record.
Right, right. So I'm going.
So what caused it to go down? Because it was 5.5 yesterday, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, no. What caused it to go down is
Dak?
for me,
Dart?
the reason why for me I was just a little afraid of the Cowboys, and if anything, I would go Giants, just because. What if Russ gets benched?
Right. But they're gonna put Dart in there. I
guess
wouldn't
people
even want to.
believe in Dart. I don't know.
I would rather put Winston in there, honestly.
Do
Me personally.
you
But I'm not even.
believe in
that's the
Dart
whole
after
nother-
You rather
Dart?
put Winston in for what? For entertainment value or to try to win?
I think.
That's a serious question. I'm not trying to.
No. I think if he can get the ball out quick and stand in the pocket, get the ball out quick, that's our only strength. Is being able to make some moves after the catch. Break
Well, I'm
some
hoping
tackles.
Drake May gets benched and I get Tommy Cutlets out there shredding the Dolphins up.
That'd be dope. That'd be great.
Fucking
that's my
dolphin
pick.
cutlets, my nigga.
Crazy.
It's just probably mad expensive.
So
Wow. Yeah,
that's
no, I feel you. I think 4.5 is too small of a number. I think you're
Yeah.
right.
Well, I thought about going the other way. Trust me, I wanted to. I thought about it, but anyway, we're going to that's my third pick. So
Wow. So no, we left the Browns on the table, man. I really like that Browns, but I felt like it was.
the 11, yeah,
I
I
just
get it.
keep having in my mind that that game from last year that they lost to the Raiders in week 2, and it was like, yo, they're gonna crush the Raiders after that last second loss against the Chiefs with the toe on the back of the end zone. And that was a smash spot for everybody, was the Ravens in that game, and then they fucking lost outright. They were double-digit favorites, and I'm like, part of me is like, I want to jump on that train, but then another part of me is like, is that gonna happen again? Especially, and I almost feel like I would be
They're not gonna go
contradicting my
0-2.
Super Bowl pick. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
if that happens to them, they're not going to the Super Bowl. Forget about
Yeah.
it. If the Ravens
Right.
lose this week, I'm all for them 100%.
Yeah.
I don't care if they win the next fucking 12 games. I'm out.
Yeah.
right. Nah, and rightfully so.
All right. But speaking of upset losses, you want to go moneyline parlay?
Yeah, man, let's do it. I'll go first.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Get these calculations.
I'm gonna go with the Houston Texans.
Houston.
I think I like that defense a lot. I think they're better than people are realizing right now. And the Bucks, they didn't. I mean, is Atlanta like that?
Nigga, it's confusing, man. That
It's
game was
confusing,
confusing.
bro. It was very confusing.
Because I'm telling you, Michael Penix didn't look that good. But I don't know. Like, I also think that the Bucks defense is good. So I don't know which one of
Right.
it is yet.
Right. I think Penix is like you said, he's very poised in clutch moments, and waiting for him to make the mistake is not. He's not gonna do it. He's gonna make the right decision, and I think that's what they were banking on. But anyway, so give me Houston. I think that defense is gonna be a real tough obstacle for that Bucks tough offense.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm tempted to go Jets again, but I just don't. Like I said, I think they'll win the game, but I don't want to go so heavy that it feels like a jinx. So I'm going to double down on rather than double down on my first pick, I'll double down on my second pick, and I'll go Bengals.
And I'm going to go with the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, I don't know. I just a lot of overreaction. I know. Obviously, they beat the Chiefs, but whatever. For my second pick, I like the Texans. Let me just double down on the Broncos.
Yeah, I knew it.
Doubling down on Denver. All right. I will go with the Los Angeles Rams.
Ooh. Nice. 1 second. 1 second. I'll go with Dallas. Fuck it. Give me Dallas.
Dallas. Houston and Dallas. And to cap off your 3-man parlay.
Atlanta wins. Dare I do it? Dare I? Fuck it. Let's go. Give me the Steelers.
Oh my God, I was about to say that too.
Going with the Steelers.
Yeah.
So, going Steelers, Dallas, Houston,
That's
plus 300.
favorites. Yeah. 3 favorites, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
3 favorites.
So.
Houston, very small favorite. Pittsburgh, pretty small favorite too. All right, so I've got Cincinnati, I got the Rams, and I will cap it off. I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Ooh, yeah. Wow. I sure hope you're wrong.
Why? Oh, because you hate the Eagles. Okay.
Yeah. Right. I just don't want to live in a world where to relive that Super Bowl. Like if the Chiefs win, I feel a little better, but
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how the I wanted to try to make a case. Like I was trying all week to try to talk myself into taking the Chiefs with the points at home against the spread as one of my picks. But I was just like, yo, I just saw this game. I saw how this shit went. Like this shit was 2 games ago. Like I just saw this game. The numbers for Super Bowl rematches are not good for the Super Bowl loser. And I'm like, I just seen this game and the Chiefs are worse.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Like I saw them lose badly to Philadelphia with Xavier Worthy.
Yeah. And you know, there's no way on God's green earth that Xavier Worthy to be like.
Yeah, no way.
He got his shoulder separated to begin with. There's no way that frame is gonna withstand playing with a brace.
Right.
Especially against a team like because the first thing that they're gonna do is challenge that shoulder, and unless he plans on running straight lines down the field, man, I don't see it.
Well, I don't think he's gonna play just because I don't think that I think that brace shit is bullshit. I don't think that's happening. But yeah, course, even if it was, I mean, there would have to be some serious drugs involved.
He weighs 170, bro. Like,
yo, facts. Small.
Ruined my whole fantasy season.
Well, I left Ray Rice. Might as well be Ray Rice. Rashid Rice in by accident. Fucking feel like an idiot.
Oh yeah, I might have to trade you for Rashid Rice. But anyway, go ahead.
All right, so my last pick, I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
Going with the Patriots.
Wow.
Patriotas.
All right, so
especially on the week of 9/11, we're gonna go with the Patriots.
Wow, nice.
Oh wow. I would have thought you would go with the Jets because they're gonna Justin Fields is gonna run out onto the field with the flag just like Aaron Rodgers.
No, we're not doing any flag stuff. Let's keep that Achilles.
Well, hold on,
intact,
whoa. What do you mean
please.
you're not doing any flag stuff? There's 100% gonna be flag stuff after you. You know your man.
Yeah, but we're not running on the field.
Glenn's gonna have an FDNY hat on the sidelines.
Yeah, but we're not doing but we're not running. Like I feel like anybody sees that going that they should be fired on the spot. If they say, yo, Justin, you know what you should do, dog? Nope. Cutting it right there.
Wow, so you hate America.
Wow. Yo, we got who you picked to get?
Pat the fifth.
Pat, who else? Wow.
Wait, who picked what? What'd you say?
He got the Patriots and who else?
He got the Patriots, the Broncos, and the Raiders.
Mm-hmm. And you have Rams, Eagles, who?
Rams, Eagles, Bengals. Why can't I find the Raiders on here?
Second
Oh,
Monday
because they
night
play
game.
Monday night, right? Yeah. Raiders. That puts you, Flex. Big number. Big boy. 843.
Oof. Nice.
So that is by far the biggest number of the three. And we shall see how it goes. All right. Any other piping hot takes? Oh, here's my
What's your number?
take that I had. Huh?
What's your number?
313. All right, so here's my take. I was thinking this while I was watching Bears Vikings. NFL broadcasts, especially primetime broadcasts, I think we've reached a point where there's too many cameras. Because for a football fan, if you're a fan of the sport, like, I understand what they're doing with all the camera shots, all the angles, all the different. We're going to show the coach. We're going to zoom in on the quarterback's eyes. We're going to show the fat guy in the crowd with the Viking helmet. I get that that's how they get the casual fans. But as a football fan who wants to watch the sport, I'm starting to get annoyed that, like, the ball is snapped and I don't even see the play. Like, they don't even.
Yo.
By the time they get to the full view where you see, like, I already don't like that. Like I was just saying about the prime, like, I like that they do that perspective where I can see everything. I can see the safeties. I can see everybody. I don't know. I already don't like that I don't see the secondary half the time, half the game. But now it's gotten so much. Like, I was watching that shit. They're showing J.J. McCarthy's face. Then they zoom into Kevin O'Connell. Then they snap the ball. I'm like a second or two into the play before they even zoom out and I'm watching football again. I'm like, yo, this is getting too much. Like, that's starting to annoy me. Like, at what point is it like we're not even watching football anymore? Because
Right.
like,
I
don't
noticed
want to, like, let me see the motion. Let me see some pre-snap. Let me see the linebackers. Like, I want to see football. Like, it's getting to the point where they're showing so much shit pre-snap. And, like, football is a sport where there's a lot of shit happen. Like, if you really care about football, you like to watch football, there's a lot to watch pre-snap.
Right.
And I feel like with every play, especially like I was especially curious to see what is Ben Johnson gonna do with Caleb Williams. What's the pre-snap gonna be? How's he reading the defense? How's he, pointing out the protection? Same thing with J.J. McCarthy making his first start. I wanted to see all that pre-snap shit. Yo, the broadcasts have gotten so much. I'm seeing they give you 7 to 10 different shots between the break of the huddle and the snap of the ball, and none of it is football. It's all bullshit. And I'm like, yo, come on, man. I'm trying to watch the game.
They be showing replays sometimes, and they don't even show the point of the replay.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing, they're still showing the replay, and it'll be a fucking meaningless replay, like a replay, they'll be showing a slow mo of a guy after he got tackled walking away. Yo, it's crazy. It's getting a little too much. As a fan of football, let's not lose the football with the broadcast as elaborate as they've gotten. I appreciate a lot about what they can do with the broadcast now. But I was watching that game getting to the point where I'm like, yo, I'm missing football while I'm watching football.
It's an excellent point considering, first of all, like what you said, like they're broadcasting football in a manner that's for people who tune into the Chiefs games for Taylor Swift.
To see Taylor Swift,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they've taken that tack where it's like, they want to show replays of, like, for example, like let's use last year with the Jets. They want to show replays of the interactions on the sideline between, like, replay, not even showing it once, like replays of Robert Saleh and
different angle. Oh, we saw this camera, but then we got this angle. Come on,
it's
man.
like it kind of reminds me like why I don't watch like I'll watch like Get Up. But like I'll like, because Get Up always pops up on, like, when I'm in the gym or whatever. Because obviously they have the screens and shit. And Get Up, it just reminded me earlier today, or it might have been yesterday, where they showed the Micah Parsons sack, right? And to make it like because I think it was because Mad Dog was saying how, yo, let's relax with Micah Parsons. Let's stop trying to make him into Lawrence Taylor. And it literally they kind of like made his point. They showed the Micah Parsons sack 3 times in a row from different angles, and the person who doesn't know would think that he had 3 sacks in that game because they showed it 3 different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, yo, he had a sack. I'm like, what are we doing? He had 1 sack. And then I noticed, because I'm like, wait, he didn't play. He wasn't that crazy. And then I noticed halfway into the second replay that it was the same play. And then they showed it again from another angle. So
Right.
but to get to your point, we get so little actual football like during a broadcast, like if you break it down like into plays,
Yeah.
that the last thing we need is cutting out football,
Exactly.
actual football, to show this shit.
Yo,
Like,
exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
100%.
It's crazy, bro.
Like,
Like
I get it.
they've
There's
got
plenty of dead time. There's plenty of, like time where the clock is stopped. There's, like, but they're invading the football. It's crazy.
they're trying to turn it into reality TV, bro.
Yeah,
It's
that's exactly what
so
it is.
annoying, bro.
Yeah, man. Like, even when I was watching the Jags, when I was watching part of the Jags game, I was getting confused because I had that shit on, and then I'm looking back. I'm watching that game. I'm watching that, and I'm watching a different game, and they kept on for no reason, just showing Travis Hunter on the sideline, walking up and down the sideline, and like there was a point where because I was trying to see like, because the Jags were on defense, and I was trying to see because I remember hearing that he wasn't going to be playing too many defensive snaps, and it was on one of the uh, Bryce Young tried to make a throw to Tedero McMillan, and like the D-back got in the way and smacked it down and made a good play, and they kept on showing Travis Hunter. So I was like, oh shit, Travis Hunter. I'm thinking maybe that was his first snap on defense, or I'm thinking that had to have been him that broke up the pass. No, it wasn't. He was on the sidelines the whole fucking time. But I got confused. I thought that they ran back to the sideline after the third down, and they were congratulating him on making the play because he was out there. But then they show the replay, and I'm like, he was on the sideline the whole time. Like, it's just getting annoying. Like, I'm at the point now where I'm watching the game, I'm locked in, and like I'm just not getting the football that I want to see. Like I said before, I'm not getting the pre-snap. I'm already not getting the secondary, which that's just how football is broadcast. Like, we live with that. But I'm just like, yo, like there's plenty of room to show the non-football shit. Let's not show the non-football while the football is happening. I
Right.
don't think that's too much to ask.
Yo,
Right.
and
Same.
and you even be on the red zone and they do shit like that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying? It's
crazy.
like even if you're like on the thing that is supposed to cut all of that shit out, you're still getting some of that shit.
Yeah. Well, the
And
red zone, all they
it'll
do
be
is they just
Hanson be
take
like,
the
and if
feed.
you're well, yeah, but I'm saying is like if you see him, there you see Travis Hunter going back and forth on the we're gonna chime into the thing, and it's like, yo, what are you going into it for then?
Yeah.
I have noticed that shit, and I remember I said to myself, damn, I remember when like that barely happened. Like coming back from
Yeah.
a break, where barely you rarely see that happen. Like it like come back from a fucking commercial break and miss a play. Now we get a little
Yeah.
bit of
They
that,
do
a
that
little
shit
bit of
too. Yeah.
sideline, a little bit of. I'm like, what the fuck? I
My
have
nigga,
noticed
you'll
that
be
shit.
bored. You used to be bored between plays. You can get up and go to the
Right.
bathroom
Yeah.
and be like, "Yo, come back." All right, and then be sit down and be like, "All right,
Right.
here's the
I like
play." But
I
it's
like
like,
the. Go ahead, my fault.
no, 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 go ahead. But it just feels like it's like, yo, they're trying to rush you in an inorganic manner. They're trying to make you feel like there's there's other shit going on while there's nothing going on,
Right.
but then the person who actually but in to miss the stuff that a person who wants to watch football actually likes.
Right. And it's funny because I remember saying to myself, I'm like, you would think that it would be more with all the AI, it'll be more fucking thing, but it's like you said, they're trying to cram the non-football people to like, bro, what are you doing? Like,
Nigga, put that
they're
shit in a small box.
right.
Yo, that's the other thing. They got the technology. They could give you multi-box. There's a million ways that they can make
Million ways.
sure that the football fan is satisfied that you're seeing the football.
Bro,
And
we can
that's
go back.
just annoying me.
Quantum computer could go back, I think, a full second in time, and we can't fucking figure out a commercial break. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Take us back to time. I mean, a second, and everything will be fine.
Salute to that.
Salute to that. But let's
All
get
right.
your. I mean, we need. Hold on, we need the full Giants reaction. Like I feel like we just got a little. We
All
just
right,
got a little taste.
Well, it's still week one, bro. So it's like I'm not trying to hit the I'm not trying to hit the panic button, or the I'm not trying to throw in the towel yet. It feels like I should because but one thing I will say, the box. I will say this. It's over, bro. The jig is up, Dable. That's it. It's over, bro. We're doing the Daniel Jones things with the coaches now, and then we're gonna do it with the GM. No, we're not being fair to him yet. We're not being fair to him, bro. It's over. You're ill prepared every fucking year. It's over.
To speak to that, I actually have to give you a lot of credit because we talked about this a lot through the off season, and I just felt like I remember saying I felt like there's no way that. I just didn't see a rookie quarterback saving these dudes' jobs if they have a bad year. But I'm starting to see the seeds get planted of what you were saying about them drafting the rookie quarterback to save their jobs. And I was just like, yo, after what Mara said, I was like, yo, there's no way. They gotta produce something this season. And now I'm starting to look at it and I'm like, yo. It feels like they're building up to a setup where Russ is the fall guy for the losing early, and then they bring Jackson Dart, and then it's you're gonna fire the guys that drafted him, and you fucking saw that shit coming. I mean, again, not that it's definitely gonna happen, but now I'm starting to see what you saw early.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. Obviously, that was my take. So yeah, but I will say this: Mara's a piece of shit. Joe Shane's a piece of shit. Brian Dable is a piece of shit. And it's that simple. And the more that you try to put fucking makeup on a fucking turd, you're just gonna end up making out with a fucking
not ice cream.
turd. You're gonna make out with a fucking turd. Wake up. You get what I'm saying? It's fucking turd. Anyway,
well, hopefully Mara does the right thing at the end of the season. Whatever the right thing ends up being, I just hope that we don't see another season of terrible Dable coaching and a poorly constructed roster, and they are able to skate and buy themselves. Well, the thing is that the worst part of it is if they're able to buy themselves another season, it's going to be multiple seasons, 100%, because they're going to need a new contract.
Right. It's crazy. Yeah, it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna happen.
You know what's funny? Because I was thinking about this earlier, just like because of I knew we were going on, but I was thinking about like, yo, as ridiculous as it looked last year with firing Salah after week 4 or 5, whatever it was, there was comfort in knowing that, all right, we're going to restart next year. Like bringing back Dable
was who was fired first, Salah or Douglas? Remind me.
No, it was Salah, but then
because I thought Douglas
Salah
was fired first.
Me too.
No, it was Salah because that was after the
Salah was after the
Minnesota
Vikings.
game.
Douglas was after.
It was like week 8.
Douglas was he after the Broncos? Or was he after the Patriots? He was after one of the where they was like they didn't have a kicker. I think it was the Patriots.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I just you take solace in like as much as it like a clown show it looks, like at least you know that okay, at least we're gonna start from zero. Like now, like you add all these layers with Jackson Dart, and it's like, okay, so we built up 4 years of this to then start again. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'd much rather just like take the L when it happened and like live with it and sit with it than have to deal with like knowing the inevitable and still having to do the rebuild after.
Yeah, man. And the other crazy thing is that you just see all of these dudes, former Giants. Like week 1 was a real bad look because just look at all of the Giants, former Giants around the league, like getting shit done. Like Daniel Jones, like they couldn't make it work with him after that one playoff season. And then he goes to Indianapolis, wins the first game. Obviously Saquon. And it's just like
McKinney.
Yeah, McKinney. Like all these dudes that were not good enough to be with the Giants, that they're out there doing their thing. All right, so we went 3-point pick was first, or we went 3-point first, right?
Yeah, 3.
All right.
Yeah.
See what we got.
Again.
Let me rummage again.
All right, first pick, 3 points for the box. The box was
Cincinnati.
The box was 4. Wait, was the box 4 points last week as well? I think it was 4 points too. I gotta check. All right. Wow. Congratulations, Flex. First pick for the box, 3-point pick shared with Flex. Atlanta Falcons. Pick 2 for the box. Deep in here. Pick 2 for the box. We have. Oh no.
That Jag. I actually like that pick.
The Jags.
I like that pick.
Jags. The box is fading me again. Third pick for the box. 1-point pick for the box.
I thought you liked Bobby's pick.
He likes.
No, I didn't.
He always does.
I love every pick, but I didn't.
Hey, he'll make a pick and you pick the opposite pick, and he'll tell you he likes the pick. He's done that multiple times.
I do it all the time because I actually deep think.
You're like a pick that's not even a game.
No, but big game. That check the tape, H. I didn't say I like that.
No, you did stay quiet when I took the Bengals.
Yeah.
I noticed
check the
that.
tape.
I was looking for some validation from you, and once I didn't get it, I knew I was in trouble.
I actually like the Jags on that one. I have it written on my book.
Last pick. Wow, look at Flex in the box.
Yo,
Simpatico, Saints.
Fucking Flex, yo. Those are 2 picks of mine that I wanted. I had to switch up. Saints and the fucking.
Is this a Flex year?
Wow,
Careful,
it looks like
the disagreeer, the revenge of the disagreeer.
The dirty disagreeer strikes
well,
back.
He was the thing about the disagreeer. He's good during the regular season. It's in the playoffs when he chokes. So
well, I don't know anything about.
No, I start off good and then I fall off.
I didn't see him debut himself until the playoffs.
And I started off great.
He went on the only streak that was amazing. That was amazing.
When that picture came out, it was like Ghostface. When they showed his face, the opposite though. His shit went down. Ghost started blowing up.
And the only skid mark streak.
Word.
Yeah, but you know that's as the pros and the analytics nerds say, you're due for some positive regression, my friend.
Right. Oh,
that's where it's headed. All right. We have a Titans cap. No one took the Titans. I did something this week that I never do. I was arguing with people on the internet. And I was arguing with people on the internet just because I was listening to this podcast and they were talking about picking games and they got to the Titans-Rams game. And it's not that I hate the Titans as a pick. I don't think that picking the Titans plus whatever they are, 5.5, 4.5, wherever they're at. Titans as a dog at home against the Rams. I don't hate that pick. But the guy he had no reason other than, you got Stafford on the road. You got to take the points. Like that Stafford on the road narrative is so old and tired and lazy at this point. I'm like, I saw Stafford on the road. Last time I saw Stafford on the road, he was fucking shredding the Eagles in the snow. So what are we talking about? Like, I think the Stafford on the road shit is dead. So I started arguing with niggas on the internet. And I got mad and frustrated. But
I actually like I agree with that as far as the Titans thing. Like I don't disagree. I don't hate it. I thought about it. The thing that stopped me is, Denver's defense is that much better, but is Stafford gonna allow them to stay in the game enough? I don't think so. And
wait, the Rams defense?
Yeah, no,
you said
Denver's because they played last week.
Okay.
So Denver's defense is a lot better.
Better than the Rams.
Right, and they're all, but the Rams' offense is better. But the Rams got those edges that's fucking lights out. So I kind of stayed away from it, but I definitely thought about it.
Yeah, that's my thing. I feel like the Rams. I feel like that the Rams defense is, I guess, properly rated, but I think that the Rams defense is pretty good.
Right,
I think they could give I just don't think the Titans, they don't have the talent. Like, I just feel like that's a talent mismatch. Like, Cam Ward, he's alright. Like, he looked okay. He made some
he looks
plays, but he's
solid.
still
Yeah.
a rookie. And the coaching is it's an ocean mismatch. Like, I'm totally out on Callahan. Like, I really wanted to have hope for him last year. Like, yo, bro, that team is 3-15 against the spread.
Crazy.
3-15 against the spread. That can't you. It's the worst ever. It's the worst ever. Like, you'd be better off. Like, it's better to lose all your games than at least cover. You know what I'm saying? Because you're at least somehow exceeding expectations somewhere, even if you lose.
Right.
If you can't even cover a spread, you just always a disappointment.
They're just always terrible.
It's
right.
always people are right.
Yeah, I can't touch the Titans until I see something of substance, and I did not see that yet from them. So maybe they cover, maybe they show, maybe Cam Ward has a little breakout, home crowd, but I 100% got to see it first before I'm,
Right.
Stafford on the road is not nearly enough of a reason for me to think that I'm gonna take the Titans. No way.
Like over
Right.
Titans in general.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Stafford on the road. How about the Titans anywhere? Road, home,
Right.
Yeah.
fucking a preseason. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Right.
matter. The Titans have just
Right.
been disgusting.
Right.
Anyway, that's the show. We will return early next week for a recap of week 2, recap of the picks. Good luck to everybody out there, and let's get some bread, man. Let's make some money.
Some money,
Braccaroni.
baby.
And let's finish it with
And come back for Fields versus Daniel Jones Part 2.